Hello YouTube, Jonathan800 here. So today I will be showing my Democratic Chile game. So I have seen absolutely no one play Democratic Chile, and yeah, it's kind of a slow start. You have to deal with the brown ideology while also promoting your leader's policies. So there's something to do, so it's not just waiting like in Brazil sometimes. So eventually, you will notice that we're already in 1938, less than a minute in. So we get this guy. You don't see the volunteers he sent. It was mostly just air volunteers. He did do some things with. There was a few volunteer stuff in China, but due to the bug where you can't get supply from your capital, we didn't do all that much. So what I did as Chile is like what you do as all of South America, and that is special forces. So with the Mountaineers, we just make pretty quick work of Vichy France. Not sure what else to say. These special forces were not even the greatest. They were just 9-1s. 9 of the special forces, one artillery, and as you see, supply issues are starting to pose a problem as I get one of my Mountaineers encircled. This is Iron Man, so screw you if you want to save scum. So eventually I somehow managed to build a port there, which gives supply unlike the other part, so I use this to basically liberate Tunisia. Pretty long battle there, but I eventually get it. But now that the main force is connected, it's pretty much a rollover of Tunisia. Nice liberation of it. Quite a few supply hubs near the coast, I realized, but I already have a second president. You go through a lot of leaders as Democratic Chile. Also, when it comes to dealing with the brown ideology party, it was actually pretty easy. You just click a few decisions to make it happen sooner than they would like it. So yeah, Algeria is getting liberated. All is good there. I still just have I don't know if I have the full Mountaineer Doctrine yet. I didn't even go with what is it called? It's the 35, Tip of the Spear. There we go. Tip of the Spear is usually very nice when you have, special forces. I got my 4th Mountaineer. So, basically, the Africa campaign wraps up without me using Tip of the Spear because I forgot about it. Sometimes, Officer Corps is just usually out of mind when I, play this. I think I had a relief of command on, that's it. So, I go to the Italian campaign, and it was awful. I got convoy raided and absolutely rolled. I just kind of sat there for a bit contemplating, and then I realized, hey, I can just go to war with Argentina, because all my troops will be back home, because I have to train a bunch more. And I just get Terra del Fuego. Just for free. I scared Argentina. Maybe don't have a leader that accepts brown ideology diplomacy. So, after doing some shenanigans in Iran, I was like, maybe I can help the Soviets out. So, at this point, I'm training decent amount of special forces. But it goes well initially. Pretty much liberate almost all of the Caucasus, but the problem is you cannot, despite having military access, that does not give you airbase access, which I think is kind of stupid because the Soviets are having no air. And CAS is king. And I believe I had 2,000 CAS at this point, so I was kind of upset seeing very little progress. I lose thousands of men here, basically, because I get caught in losing battles. It's quite annoying, but also that non-aggression pact will be worthless eventually, spoiler alert. So, eventually, I'm getting tired. I got Marines set up. So, I'm gonna try to do this encirclement that I was trying to do for the longest time. I tried to do a bigger one, but due to no supply and the Soviet AI folding, I just go for the smaller one. I get an army's worth in here, so it's not the worst encirclement, but for the amount of effort I put in, it's quite sad. Because I could have gotten like 2, maybe 3 armies worth in there, but I didn't. Nice 176,000 in there. But I'm like, okay, the Allies have been doing literally nothing. So I decide to, besides dying. So I decide to conduct my own Italian campaign, take Sicily, and you'll see my, not necessarily PTSD, but just me going, oh yeah, turn off Allied supply. I am not having a bunch of Allied troops rush in when I have only 1 port. Because that's what happened. Like, 100 Allied divisions sitting in 1 port. That didn't work well. But either way, Sicily gets quickly liberated, but here's the thing. When you have the Mountaineer Doctrine that boosts all special forces, and the Marine Doctrine, which I believe also boosts all special forces, your troops become cracked. These are the best of the best. You may be wondering what those 24 divisions I have in Chile are doing. Nothing. Those are the divisions that let me boost my special forces cap. So it's all Mountaineers and Marines with my attack division so far. But despite being heavily outnumbered, my troops can perform pretty well because 1, they're the Italians, and 2, I have 2,000 casts flying over them, bombing them to smithereens. It is 1945. I have cast 3s with heavy bomb locks. It's a disaster for them. I believe during the Italian campaign I hit 90 cast damage every now and then, but mostly was in the 60s. So yeah, they are losing a ton of equipment and such. And as it keeps going, the balance of power is getting worse and worse for Italy, and I'm eventually going to get the Italian puppet when they do rise up. But also the Allies trying to invite me into a war with Iraq. That sounds like something George Bush would do. But either way, yeah, I'm just trying to talk over. I have just woke up. I don't have a script, just talking about the game I did. But I had to single-handedly carry the Allies, basically. All the Allies could do was provide filler troops, because they just couldn't do anything. I have no idea why, but they just were absolutely garbage this time. So me, as Chile, my economy was struggling. Despite me having like minus 40% consumer goods, a factor on total MOB, I was just not having a good time with the economy. I could not, well, to be fair, 94 total factories, 47 being mills, it's not great. And also, Soviets decided to end it all by declaring war on the Allies when all they had left was Stalingrad. So, yeah, we don't have an ally there anymore. Many Allied troops are dealing with them because China's also in the Allies. What else? So, Normandy landings. Well, it's not Normandy. Dieppe raid. This went very well. Everyone was at either Russia or Italy, so it was pretty much no resistance. The naval force did provide some nuisance to where I did have to force attack, but the Germans at this point were quite weak. I could just battle plan with my special forces, and I do eventually cut off the south from the rest of Germany. So that's pretty cool. Yeah. Turns out when you have green air, you can do whatever you want in this game. Another election. I've gone through like 3 presidents this war. And basically what you didn't see, because it was already a long video, I did like an uppercut from there's Fall of Berlin. From Alsace-Lorraine all the way up to Wilhelmshaven. Encircled a bunch of troops there. Talking about encircling a bunch of troops. A bunch of Soviet troops decided to get reinforcement and die a horrible, painful death. It's quite funny because when I was there's this one focus that if you do like socialist youth organizations, you get like 2% recruitable population. Once the Soviet Union declared war, I decided to LARP go with all the anti-communist focus that Chile had. So, Nationalist Spain did as you saw, did the top tier move of joining the Axis after Germany capitulated. Don't ask me why. He's, I guess, the smartest man in the room. So, after that, peace deal occurs. There were 2 Italies briefly, dealt with that. And so, basically, we had to try to save Poland. We couldn't do it through Germany because the German Republic was not in the Allies. Berlin just got vaporized there. Best use of a nuke. Because it was actually used tactically by the AI, kind of. Probably not intentionally. But there's the green air again. So, Soviets, they're not having a good time. Most of the early wars is spent cleaning up Western Europe and the Balkans to, to just get a nice smooth front line for an actual push into the Soviet Union proper. Yeah. Well, I did have a thought originally, and now it's gone. So, either way, after mopping up the Balkans, a lot of encirclements, I just do a small push towards Kiev. Went well, despite it being the thick of winter. It's actually not the greatest. Notice I have 23 out of 24 troops. I did that intentionally. No, I did not. I just couldn't be bothered to train troops because I like to have a manpower buffer, so I just couldn't be bothered. Also, 14 of my troops are now Are they 35? Yeah, they're 35 with motorized divisions. This is actually pretty good. Also, you just saw me make a front line in Japan. Turns out Japan had like 2 divisions there and the Allies weren't pushing with their 5. So, I had to do it myself. Nothing eventful there. So, Soviet Union decides that it either A, did not have enough troops, B, just sucked at troop placement, and it was just an open path to Moscow. Pretty much just drive my way there. Mostly unimpeded. I take Moscow, we take Leningrad, and then before we take Stalingrad, their war support was so low, we just absolutely destroy the Soviets. And then there's the war in China. There's some disgusting cast numbers. And eventually I help deliver the final blow. And that's that. No more wars. The world's finally at peace. The Allies are everywhere. Some border gore, not a lot of it. Everyone but Ethiopia's in the Allies. I'll call that a win. So yeah, thanks for watching. Be sure to like and subscribe, you know the deal. And this is Jonathan 800 signing out.